let's talk about some essential oils specifically as they relate to cancer.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some essential oils that might be good at treating cancer, because I know that you've come across them in your research. And one of the things that I'm really glad about with you specifically is you're such a researcher. None of this stuff that you're saying is just conjecture. There is medical literature that is replete with what you talk about today. So I want to make note of that for the people that are watching. This is not Dr. Z's theories. This is steeped in medical literature.
Yes, and you know, just because I understand my aromatherapist friends are going to be listening, and I'm going to get crucified if I don't say this statement, there is a fact that we have to be careful about in vivo and in vitro studies, and we got to recognize that even bleach will kill cells in a petri dish, but we're not going to drink bleach.
Right.
So to take the extrapolation that a certain essential oil is going to cure cancer when it was shown to kill, let's say, a bladder cancer cell line, be careful. But however, it's important to recognize that the burden of proof is on the scientists at this point to show what's safe and what's not safe. Okay? So when it comes to essential oils, it's really important to recognize one also thing too. There is no oil for one specific issue. What we have found, and this is pretty fascinating, is that let's use the Ayurvedic model, Indian folk medicine, for example. There's an abundance of lemons in India. So you'll find that the Indians use lemon essential oil for virtually everything. Detoxification, internally, externally, whether or not you're going to clean the counter or whether or not you want to clean your skin. They use essential oils, lemon, for everything from nausea to halitosis to diabetes, cancer. Well, when you go to Australia, they're using melaleuca and tea tree and eucalyptus. When you go to Oregon and Washington, you're using peppermint for everything. So it's important to realize that these oils, a lot of them do the same things. So when I report on research, it's limited because we've only done a limited amount of research, but as far as I know, there is no essential oil that does not have a cancer effect. That's important because you're going to get helped one way or another. Most research has been done regarding frankincense. And just going back to the baby Jesus and the Magi, it just rings so true to me. Why would these three wise men, right, we call them, travel halfway across the world to give the King of the Jews gold, frankincense, and myrrh? Because it was and still is, in my opinion, one of the most precious commodities on the planet. And what frankincense does, it does multiple things. It produces what's called apoptosis, which I know you're very familiar with. It's a programmed cell death. So when you internally ingest frankincense, apply it topically over a tumor, or even inhale it via aromatherapy, what we have found was frankincense essential oil can trigger the cancer cell to die, basically commit suicide. But it also gives your body what your body needs to kill it as well. So it's a dual mechanism. I just recently read a report of over 130 research articles regarding essential oils. And what the researchers came about was what essential oils do is they actually prevent angiogenesis, which is the growth of veins and arteries. It stops metastatic growth. It actually prevents DNA repair, that's pretty key. That's really key because there was one study that compared sandalwood and frankincense, and it found that frankincense, again, triggered that apoptotic effect where the cancer cell died, but sandalwood killed cancer another way, went around the back end, in a sense, and flanked it by triggering the actual DNA to not being able to repair itself, so the cancer just died that way too. So there's multiple mechanisms. There's very others ways, plus increasing reactive oxygen species and really working at the cellular level to prevent oxidative stress.
So the essential oils, the different ones work with different mechanisms. So you really would be wise then, I guess, to take multiple essential oils, especially if you're battling disease, because they're going to have different methods of action. Okay.
I have a 4-year-old son, and he loves everything to do with superheroes. So I'm all about Avengers and everything. So there was a research study that actually used the terminology synergistic approach. So in a sense, it's like this. Iron Man, he can kick butt, right? Hulk, he's unstoppable. And same thing with Captain America. But when you get them together, they save the world. And that's exactly what research has found was in the chemicals, in the essential oils, they work together in a synergistic approach. So meaning this, you could take a ketone, you could take an ester out of an essential oil and test that viability to kill certain cancer lines. But when you use the actual essential oil itself, it has a synergistic approach. But when you combine other oils too, it's like, boom. Avengers Part 2. I can't wait to see that one, right?
It's like
So,
superheroes on steroids.
I love it, you know? So
Gotcha.
that's where we're at right now.
Okay.
And it's unbelievable. And the thing is, we don't really know exactly how it works, but we're learning.